Hello there! Ever had a plan so perfect only to watch it unravel before your eyes? I crafted what I thought were bulletproof blueprints for my nuclear power plant. But, as it turns out, I made a huge mistake. Join me as I dive into the chaos, uncover the blunder and underline my builds with cool visuals from the new photo mode in Satisfactory 1.1. So today I want to make a huge step towards my nuclear power plant setup, and for that we need a massive amount of blueprints which I have prepared, and I have even built in a little secret, but more on that in a second. Last time I left you off with the whole quick-wire setup. We produced 13,000 quick-wire per minute. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out, it's in the playlist down below. So the name of the game for today is electromagnetic controller rods. With that we are a huge step closer to the uranium fuel rods, and for that we're gonna take a quick look into the Satisfactory modeler where I planned out all my nuclear setup. And all the stuff I wanna build today has to do with assemblers. In particular, here are the electromagnetic control rods. We're gonna use the normal recipe with stators and AI limiters. Then I wanna also incorporate the rotors. They take steel and wire. What we also gonna produce is the AI limiters for the control rods and later on for the crystal oscillators. And of course the stators who fly directly into the electromagnetic control rods. For that we need around 5,000 iron ingots per minute, some steel pipes, some wire I make out of iron, and the quick wire reproduced in the last episode, and the plastic flows in anyways. So I have prepared, I made blueprints for all of these production steps, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you right now. So what we have here on the right hand side, we're gonna produce a steel pipe with iron ingots. That's going to be into this machine to produce the rotors. And I have these blueprints set up in a way that I can chain these together with, and I even incorporated a little design that's going to make the design aspect of the build very easy. So what's going to happen in these blueprints is on the first floor, on the bottom floor, I have some production lines, then a little walkway, and on the top should be the outcoming recipes for the items I need. In this case, rotors. Then we go over here. Here I produce just the steel pipes that's going to get used in this recipe, in this blueprint, and in this blueprint, I start from the bottom. We're gonna make stators, fly up, combining AI limiters to get the electromagnetic control rods. And the inputs are all these guys, which I showed you before in the Satisfactory modeler. So for example, this thing gonna need the steel pipes, which comes from that blueprint over there, and the quick wire we already produced last episode. Last but not least, I did show you I need 5,000 iron ingots per minute, and this is the blueprint I'm going to use for that. I used the pure iron ingot recipe that takes in 35 iron ore and 20 water per minute and spits out 65 iron ingots. So if we quickly do the math, 5,000 divided by 65 makes around 76, 77. I'm going to place 80 of these refineries just to be on the safe side. I always tend to a little overbuild these setups, because after I'm finished and I realize I have too less, that's not going to be good. And one of the coolest thing I did with these blueprints, which I did never before, is that little bit smaller blueprint here on the left hand side and that bigger one on the right hand side there, they're going to stack together. And not only stack them together, I'm going to place them inside each other. So this conveyor lift here is going into exactly the middle, somewhere about here. And I'm gonna look how that's going to work, if it's going to work. So stay tuned for that. But first, iron ingots time. I'm gonna build the whole setup and I'll catch you there. Okay, pure ingot refineries are set and placed. Inputs are done. And I placed 10 of these refineries in a row, so the numbers got really nice. And the water input comes from my water towers. The iron ingots are scattered in the desert all over the place, so no need to show you that. And I synced the outputs and tested the setup already. It's 650 per line, so 10 refineries times 65 makes 650 per belt, and it should work pretty fine. These are some things going to be removed later. And as you probably can tell, I love the curved mode pipes and curved mode belts. I'm going to use them. Times are over where I used straight lines. Now, next step is I'm gonna figure out a little bit of a design for all these refineries. I don't want to have them open like I have here with my quick wire setup. That should only take a couple of hours, I think. And here we are, very basic noob box design with a little balcony, some signs. I called it the iron ingot engine and did utilize some new stuff from the 1.1 update. Not really sure about the gold stuff here, but I did use the new beams. The refineries are all encased, inhabited with the foundations. Made some signs here and stuff. And one of the coolest things I have to show you, I built here. Maybe we go a little bit on the darker side. I did made the in and outputs glow a bit. So output of the iron ingots comes out here. It glows and you can see a little sneak peek how far that's going to go. I used basic signs and let them glow. So I figured I'm gonna close that stuff in. I'm a bit worried about my frames. The quick-wire production over there takes a lot of frames away from my PC, from my game, so I think it helps. I'm not really sure. As mentioned, output gets sunk, and what we built here right now, we have to build a second time because that's only half of it, and I figured there is a good spot for that. Plenty of room to make exactly the same build over here again. So, catch you in a second. Okay, it does exactly the same thing as the other one, and I even made the outputs already. I tested it before, no worries. So this was the first part of this whole setup. Now we get to the meat of the video. My nice designed blueprints to make me all the goodies and grannies I'm going to need for the electromagnetic control rods. And I did promise you a little secret I'm trying to implement with these blueprints. I'm going to place them inside of each other, and since we know all the inputs we're going to need, that's mostly the iron ingots prepared here and the quick wire is prepared here. I think I'm going to start the build right here in this area. So I did make the blueprints, sorted them. I have the electromagnetic control rods, and saved in my blueprint that I have to place them down 18 times. Inputs there. Don't worry if you don't get these numbers, I'm exactly knowing what I'm doing. And for the EMCRs, we need the iron pipe blueprint 6 times. Then I'm going to need these steel rotors. I need 27 machines of these steel rotors. And each blueprint takes 227 iron ingots and spits 20 rotors out. I have to plop it down 7 times. And I have 4 machines in them, so 7 times 4 machines makes 28. I only need 27, so the last machine I'm just gonna delete. And now how that's going to work is, I think I'm gonna start with the iron pipes. That did that blueprint here. Let me quickly take my hover pack like that. And then selected that blueprint. I think I'm going to start somewhere here directly onto my train line. Nicely showcased with the train just driving by. So that's going to be 1 out of 6 blueprints for that. And what I'm going to show you right now is the EMCR blueprint. We go to blueprint mode. Now I'm gonna hold it in place with H, so the walls are on opposite sides of each other. And now that's not going to look very nice, but with these beams here, these pillars, I can nudge it over right to there. And what's going to happen here is these supports for these splitters or mergers on top there nicely connect with these splitters from that blueprint. Plop it down, and that belt from the left hand side blueprint goes directly into this gap from the other blueprint, and I think that's going to look very cool. And the plan now is I can take that blueprint again, make it blueprint auto connect, hold it into place, and nudge it over so we hear that clicky sound. Should be only these 2 belts over there in behind. Quickly check. That's only these 2. Yeah, right. Make it like that, and that should auto connect these like so. And this should connect pretty nice. Yeah, belts are placing. That's always a good sign. And they are connected, looks like. It's going to be nice. The only thing I have to do is connect the power between the blueprints, and we are set to go. And to test out the lights, I'm going to connect that power to that thing over there. Should have be power. And the lights should have come on. Yeah, there is one light. And I did implement a light somewhere in here as well. Yeah, like that. Oh yeah. You guys need power as well. Just for testing purposes like that. Yo! So all the machines should have power. And that's it. That's how it's going to be. Let's just quickly test that blueprint with the auto connect mode. Yeah, looks right like that. Do we double check? You have a lot of connections there. 2, 4, 5 belts. Yeah, that sounds about right. Nudge it over again and connect. I love how these blueprints build up. It's very cool. Now connect the power, exactly the same system as on the other blueprint. And just like that. Yeah, just like that. You build a massive amount of machines you can build in a row with a little design incorporated, and I'm going to continue that right now. As mentioned, 18 of these EMCRs blueprints, 4 more of these, then 7 of these, and I'm gonna build these right now, and I see you there. So all the blueprints are in place. Nothing to say really about it. What we can do now is I connected the iron just fine to there, and now I'm going to do the iron pipes for the inputs here. I've labeled my inputs, so for this belt we need iron pipes for 9 blueprints. I measured that out, and this belt goes on the other 9 blueprints. Exactly the same for the plastic that's going to go in here. Then quick wire, these machines need a lot of quick wire, 120 just for that machine. Times 2 times 18, you get the math. So this line is for 3 blueprints, and this line is for 4 blueprints. Because this bottom row needs even more quick wire. That's why we have built 30,000 quick wire per minute over there. But that's a thing for later. What I want to test now is the pipe flow. Nothing to do with liquids, but iron pipes there. Love these curved belts. Shut up about these curved belts, Mr. Snusi. You told them already. Why have you stopped already flowing? What? You don't get any in, but you have power. What? Are they all the same? Oh no. No, they have no pipes. This lift has no pipes in it. Oh no, please no. Wait a minute. No. No, what the hell? Is it the same on this one? Oh my freaking... No, there's no way. Oh, no way. These lifts don't connect. Oh, no. I must have built them while the patch was out. That was not okay with the lift. Oh, no, boys. No. Oh, you know what that means. Yeah. First thing, as I told you last episode, I didn't test these blueprints. Massive mistake. Absolutely massive mistake. How could I do that? No. I don't want to replace these lifts all over for 18 blueprints. No. You know how many these are? Oh boy, no. Can we No, these are not connected as well. Look, I can connect the belt here. That's not supposed to go like that. If we grab a lift here, connect to that thing, connect to that thing. Now, I can't place a belt in between. So these are all bugged as well. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm just going to chuck it in a fuck it button and move on. Okay, it's all fixed. It's all done again. I built every blueprint again. And even put in the caterium wires, the quick wires in, so we can connect these right away and test the whole setup. One little glimpse at the Satisfactory model, just quick. In the end, I need a number of 183.33 electromagnetic controllers per minute. I did make the setup to produce 288, so a little bit of overbuild, and 133 of them goes straight into the uranium fuel rod setup. And the other something I don't want to talk about right now. So what we can do is now connect these belts, nicely laid out here. I think I'm going to start with the most top one, like that one here. Make sure it's straight for that, so I don't misclick something or whatever. So you have to go up there, I think. Otherwise it wouldn't go off with the curves there. Then you go here, then start with top one again. That goes here, that goes here, that goes... I'm done. No, I'm not done. You go... let's do that. You go here. That's a lot of quick wire. Oh my freaking goodness. And you go here. And this smart splitter here tells me 360 are left over. Go to the left side there. And go onto this belt highway. Again, where the rest of my quick wire is going to go. I don't know where exactly right now. But we're gonna figure it out later. Oh, my frames really tank, really tank. Hey, what do you think about my pipe of dreams here? I can't get over the curved pipes. Oh, you know. I'm a little bit obsessed with this curved stuff. But hey, who cares? I don't. I find them cool. So, everything should work just fine. Electromagnetic control rods are in full force. That's what I wanted to see. Very nice, very nice. So I'm going to test that, make an awesome thing at the end of the line there. And the last thing to do is connect the rest of these iron ingot belts to the iron pipes over somewhere over there. So catch you there. Okay, things are moving, things are grooving, and would you look at that? 288 a minute. And a nice side effect for that, I get a lot of awesome sync points for that. Woohoo! Nice, good job, Mr. Snusi. Okay, 288 a minute electromagnetic controllers. That's what I wanna see, finally. But there's a big but. Guys, a very big but. Can you see? He's over there. I just told you, everything's going fine. 288 electromagnetic controllers going into sync. I don't need more. What the hell are these? What the hell are these 8 iron ingots belts? Well, turns out with the blueprints was not the only mistake. A episode full of mistakes, I think. Can you guess what it is? I'm looking at it. This iron ingot engine is totally obsolete. I didn't need that. I calculated wrong. And I placed 10 of these refineries in a row. 10 of these refineries in a row. That's one engine. One building engine produces 5,200. So this over there was plenty enough. I miscalculated and built a whole other one. Ooh, what the hell's going on today? Hey, people, pioneers, does anyone need a spare 5,200 iron ingots lying around on some belts? I have some spare ones. So for today's video we learned 2 things. Always test your blueprints and always double check your math. But we are not quite done yet. Let's go and decorate that build. 'Cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Let's do, give me a loyalty. 'Cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Next step, manufacturer times. I'm gonna bring in some quartz, some uranium, and we're gonna make some blueprints for these 3 last process steps. And then we have nuclear power. Woohoo! As always, keep smiling, it's the most important thing in the world. I'll leave you with some nice cinematic shots to end this video, and thank you so much for watching, and closer is overrated.